German ski resort Winterberg was the venue for the last but one race of the UCI City Mountain Bike Eliminator World Cup 2019. Not in the Cool Park this time. No, this year the organizer had chosen for the village center and a very fast 500-meter course. The weather was sunny, the atmosphere great, and a lot of tourists enjoyed the spectacle that was offered in the Winterberg streets. With only Winterberg and Graz to go, the stakes were becoming higher and all riders started calculating what to aim for in order to get the most interesting result for the general classification. Men's leader Hugo Briata was still partly recovering from a broken wrist, but he was present because teammate Perrin Gagné and Jeroen van Eck could still interfere with his World Cup plans.
Today is very important for me because of the overall ranking. I will see how the shape is because, I broke my wrist in Valkenswaard last time. So I will see. It's a test today, and next week in Graz is a final, so it's very important to be there. Today it's just it's just the first time I race since I broke my wrist, so let's see.
23 points behind Briata in the standings, world champion Titu Perrin Gagné. And although the shape was still good, the muscles were starting to feel the long season's efforts.
The shape is good, but the season is really long since the first stage in Barcelona in March. But yes, we will see today who's the best.
28 points behind the white jersey, Dutchman Jeroen van Eck knew he had to perform at his very best in Winterberg to keep aiming for another World Cup win.
There are two possibilities to get the GC turning my way. That's today and next week in Graz. So yes, I know that it's not like there's pressure, but I know that there has to be something done today. Yeah.
In Valkenswaard, Simon Gegenheimer was the best since quite some time, and he wanted to repeat this performance on the fast Winterberg track.
It's fast, it's not too tactical, but super tactically, and that's something which suits me. But there are a lot of strong riders, and it become super tight, I think.
The same feeling with Dutchman Levi Braam, who left Valkenswaard with a very satisfied feeling.
I'm still in the flow of the Worlds and last World Cup in Valkenswaard, so I will aim for a good result today.
The women's white jersey and world champion Gaia Tormena was not at her best in Valkenswaard, but in Winterberg she was looking sharp again and the woman to beat. But although confident, she stayed cautious in expressing her World Cup ambitions.
Dans l'Eliminator tout.
In the Eliminator you can lose everything when making one mistake.
Erreur.
So we have to stay focused.
Prêt. Bon.
Because there sometimes are unknown factors on the road to glory, like the American Brittany Parfrey, holiday cruising through Germany and grabbing the opportunity to compete in this World Cup race.
We've always wanted to travel to Germany, so when we saw it on the internet, it worked as a vacation. So we actually started in Frankfurt and we bike packed with all the gear to Wetter and did the XCO race yesterday, and now we're here at City Mountain Bike today, so really looking forward to it.
Riding on home ground, Clara Brehm wanted to confirm her Valkenswaard result, and she felt ready to rock. I feel good, had a good preparation. The course is like in Valkenswaard, so I'm looking forward to race. Dutch rider Didi de Vries announced that she wouldn't be able to travel to Austria. In Winterberg though, she was aiming for a Valkenswaard result.
Yes, I want to repeat it, but it's a difficult race, I think, because there are a lot of long sections where you have to have a lot of speed, so yeah, I don't know.
Also, Valkenswaard winner Ella Hulmegaert came to Winterberg on a mission to close the gap with the white jersey. But for her, the weather conditions were not quite favorable.
Yeah, I'm feeling good, the weather is fine, and not too warm, not too cold, so I hope it will be a good day. At least it's the right circumstances.
Like in Valkenswaard?
Yeah, it's a bit less rainy here, but...
Luckily?
I like the rain, but luckily for the others it's a bit sunnier.
Loving the sun and looking forward to this race on home ground, Marion Fromberger. She also wanted to secure at least her spot on the podium.
I'm really looking forward to race there and also in the home crowd area, and yeah, let's see.
The time trials were speedy, very speedy. Luckily for the competitors, the 30-kilometer speed limit on the city mountain bike course was abolished because the cruising speed at certain course parts surpassed 50 kilometers per hour. We heard lots of woes and wows. So the knives were sharpened for this contest, and first the women battled for the best time. Marion Fromberger was fast, but not fast enough. She came 2 seconds too short for the best time and finished third. Ella Hulmegert sprinted nearly to the best qualification time, but at the finish line she was less than a second slower than Winterberg's rocket, and that was Gaia Tormena. She dominated the whole season, the Italian, European and World Champion, and in Winterberg she was out for the World Cup scalp. She clocked 49 seconds on the 500-meter course. This was Torpedo Tormena. In the men's qualification, the top 7 finished within the same second.
2, 1, go!
No Simon Gegenheimer though. He had technical problems but kept confident for the rest of the race day.
I got a mechanical, not a hard one, but so I decided to make the rest of the qualification safe.
And can it be fixed for the race?
It can be fixed, yeah, and like 100% race ready.
Jeroen van Eck had to be satisfied with position 3 in the quali.
Go!
Just a size slower than Hugo Briata. And then there was last year's winner in Winterberg, Fabrice Mels.
Go!
The Belgian rider has the explosive power which comes in handy on this kind of course. Less than 45 seconds from start to finish line. This was impressive, and Mels was on cloud 9.
It was a good one. The changes on the track were really necessary with the chicane. It was a lot safer now, but I have the good feeling. I have power in the legs, I feel it in the quali. I didn't went full because it's still tricky at the downhill with the jumps. But yeah, I have a good feeling. I went full in the uphill, in the first uphill, and I went full on the finish line. So I'm feeling good today.
In the men's quarterfinals, the most striking elimination was Gegenheimer's. Simon again suffered chain problems and was out. His World Cup dreams for this year can be buried. So we moved forward to the semis with Tormena, Brehm, De Vries and Parfrey in the first race. And again, Tormena showed her brilliancy. Only De Vries was somewhat able to keep the Italians' devastating pace and also qualified for the final just before Brehm. I'm happy, but I have to stay concentrated. Because the course is hard. It's hard, but I am determined to win. In the second women's semi-final with 2 German, 1 Swedish and 1 Ukraine rider, it was Marion Fromberger who dominated, qualifying for a very promising final together with Ella Hulmegert.
It was a nice feeling in the front, and I can make it to the finals. And yeah, looking forward to the finals. Yeah, it was close, and I was really fast in the start, and I wasn't really there. But I'm proud that I really dared to trust my finish and not try to go around in some stupid place and crap.
The men's semi-finals were less predictable because all 8 semi-finalists could be potential final riders, and you could bet that they all were gonna cut to the chase from the very first meter. Mels, Bitterbier, Klausmann and Perret-Gagné battled for the first 2 final spots, and again we saw some nice close racing from the beginning to the end. It was hot in Winterberg, literally and figuratively. Fabrice Mels and Titu Perret-Gagné qualified for the final.
Nice heat. First one I really had to punch, keep the front, and now I came second lap in the front position. Good, very nice.
With Briata, Van Eck, Prudek and Brahm, again we got firework powder on its best. In a race that looked like the survival of the strongest, it was Brahm who kept on chasing qualification, but couldn't beat Briata nor Van Eck. Briata and Van Eck pushed through to the big final.
Definitely good work. And as you saw, just keep focused, feel the heat, see the opportunities and attack if needed.
One final race to go to find out who was going to be the 2019 Winterberg conqueror. Was it going to be Tormena, Hulmegert, Fromberger or De Vries? But again, it was Tormena who set the pace, a pace that simply was too high for the other 3. The world champion seemed to be of another level than the rest of the bunch. She has the speed, the power and the condition to keep on going until the very last meter. Qualities of a real champion. Gaia Tormena took in Winterberg her third 2019 World Cup victory. There were no problems, I didn't make any mistakes. I'm really happy for everybody around me. Because it was tight? Competition is tight. The ranking as well. I was number 1, but Ella and Marion were close and very strong. Fabrice Mels, Hugo Briata, Jeroen van Eck and Titu Perrin-Gagné catapulted themselves out of the starting area for a 1 kilometer sprint towards a World Cup victory. The battle was open and close until the last part of the second lap, and then, surprisingly, Van Eck fell out of power and ended next to the podium. The Winterberg victory was, as it was last year, for Fabrice Mels.
Big smile with a big victory. What a race, man. Unbelievable. I thought I just went flat out. Just go, go, go. No thinking. Just go as fast as you can. Don't look behind. Just go. Keep riding and I can hold it till the finish line. It was close racing until the last centimeter. It was the whole time. We were with the four I think in the wheel, and I just had to keep pushing and very happy I could hold it.
With Mels winning and Perrin-Gagné finishing third, Hugo Briata stayed the big favorite for the 2019 overall World Cup title.
For me, it's better that Fabrice wins than Titouan because he's far, because he's very far in the overall ranking, and yeah, it's a good operation today. We will see next time in Graz, but I'm pretty happy about my place today. Second place, it's very good because 4 weeks ago I had a broken wrist. So yeah, I had a very hard time on my bike the last weeks, but yeah, it's good today.
This is the Winterberg 2019 top 3 men and women. Gaia Tormena solidifies her lead in the overall standings with 188 points. Swedish Ella Holmegert is second with 136 points, followed by German rider Marion Fromberger at 132 points. Frenchman Hugo Briata retained his overall lead going into the final round in Graz, Austria. Fellow French rider Titouan Perrin-Gagné is now second with 155 points, with Dutch champion Jeroen van Eck a further 10 points behind. See you in Graz for the season's grand finale.